Mkhwanazi has now told the Madlanga Commission that Police Minister Senzo Mchunu, quote, was fully involved in a criminal syndicate, people, and was, quote, irrational and influenced to disband the political killings task team that seems to have been causing so many people so much trouble because the task team's work was threatening criminal networks. Now, Mkhwanazi claimed that everyone knew how well the task team was doing and that the team had been personally congratulated for their great work by President Cyril Ramaphosa himself. But Senzo Mchunu claims that Mkhwanazi's allegations were, quote, misinformed and extravagant. But Mkhwanazi claimed that he had tried to engage with the police minister Mchunu before his famous press conference, but he had been blue-ticked multiple times by the police minister. Mkhwanazi said that the task team had been helping Gauteng police to investigate the murder of one Armand Swart, an engineer at a company that was making springs for Transnet that apparently cost R3.20 each, but that Transnet was buying for 152 Rand each, which is insane. Now, 3 people were arrested for killing Swart. One of those 3 people is Michael Puletau, a former detective. How crazy is that? Now, he was released, Michael Puletau, on a dodgy bail. Now, Mkhwanazi says that there were warnings that the team investigating this case were in danger and that investigating officers were offered bribes to not oppose Michael Puletau's bail, and that high-level SAPS officials also got involved in the case, which made the investigating team feel threatened, and that the investigating team struggled to get key information from other SAPS services that they needed to investigate the case. Now, if Mkhwanazi is right, that sounds like high-level meddling in this corruption and murder case. Mkhwanazi says that because of this weird mess, crime intelligence boss Dumisani Khumalo requested that the political killings task team get involved. According to Mkhwanazi, on 30 December last year, the investigators got a ballistics report that linked guns used in Swart's murder to other high-profile cases under investigation, and the very next day, Mchunu ordered that the task team be disbanded the very next day. And all of that was just day 1 of the commission, people. That was just Wednesday. Here's Thursday, day 2. Mkhwanazi said that alleged tender criminal Vusimusi Katmatlala, who is currently on trial for allegedly trying to assassinate his ex-girlfriend, Tebogo Tobeyane. I know, people always get shocked at that one. Mkhwanazi said that Katmatlala had insider knowledge on police operations, police protection, and that he was given blue light car privileges. Now, don't get confused, but this is about to get more confusing because there is another Mkhwanazi in this story, not related apparently. General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi claims that Brigadier Julius Mkhwanazi registered Kat Matlala's cars and fitted them with blue lights. Matlala has also been linked to the murder of Armand Swart and the murder of prominent DJ somebody. Are you guys still keeping up? Because I am not. General Mkhwanazi said the political killings task team was investigating Kat Matlala's criminal networks when they were shut down. Maybe for investigating those. And you know who else Mkhwanazi says the task team was investigating? KT Molefe, the Santon businessman who was arrested earlier this year. And when he was arrested, do you remember who happened to be at his house at the same time? The Patriotic Alliance's Kenny Kunene, the man who the PA has just announced as their candidate for Joburg mayor for some reason. Now, Mkhwanazi says the arrests of Kat Matlala and KT Molefe's associates were blocked, and they were never made it out, and they never made it out of suspended Deputy National Police Commissioner Shadrach Sabir's office, essentially saying that Sabir had blocked the arrests of the associates of KT Molefe and Kat Matlala. And Mkhwanazi says he has proof of payments showing that Matlala funded ANC activities, and specifically the activities of Senzo Mchunu and Brown Mkhwanazi's events. Brown Mkhwanazi, by the way, over here. Brown Mkhwanazi is the ANC fixer who is connected by phone records to Mchunu and Kat Matlala. And where do I go next? Mkhwanazi says that Mkhwanazi also knew about sensitive police operations when he was not supposed to. Now, is your head about to explode? Mine already has. But stay with me because we still aren't done with Thursday, because Mkhwanazi accused 2 members of parliament of abusing their powers and breaking the law by accessing and releasing sensitive police intelligence, which disrupted and tarnished police investigations. Mkhwanazi said that Diane Kohler Barnard from the Democratic Alliance received classified intelligence and disclosed it to the country, and when she did that, she risked releasing state secrets and placing investigators in danger. Kohler Barnard denies all of this. Mkhwanazi also accused Fadil Adams, the head of the National Coloured Congress, of taking information that he should not have had and using it to file criminal complaints of fraud, corruption and manipulation against crime intelligence, which is headed by Dumisani Khumalo, who was arrested and is now out on bail. Mkhwanazi argues that Kohler Barnard and Fadil Adams contributed to, quote, a concerted campaign of leaks that sabotaged investigations, including those into political killings and syndicate activities, which is massive, folks. Mkhwanazi is describing an enormous web of politicians, people, and police and business people working together. And he also called out IDAC. You may never have heard of IDAC. They're a big deal. They're the Investigating Directorate Against Corruption. IDAC is investigating Khumalo for allegedly breaking appointment regulations. But Mkhwanazi says there are elements within IDAC who are targeting Khumalo for investigating a Gauteng drug cartel. IDAC says they are ready to defend themselves with facts at the Madanga Commission. That was just Thursday. Now, Friday. I need to swallow. Friday, day 3. Now, a while back, Mkhwanazi was accused of interfering into an investigation into a prison official. But on Friday, Mkhwanazi said he was accused of that to make him, quote, back off from Major Feroz Khan, who was himself accused of meddling in a drug seizure. Mkhwanazi says that he was told that former police minister Becky Cele wanted... Big fans of Becky in the house tonight. Wanted Mkhwanazi to back off of the Khan case. That is what Mkhwanazi says he was told, that Becky Cele wanted Khan to be left alone. Mkhwanazi said that he was, quote, very upset that he, Becky Cele, disappointed me, Mkhwanazi, as a person who is a former police minister. Feroz Khan was ultimately found to be innocent of wrongdoing in the drug seizure, and that's it. Man, I'm tired. That's it for now. So we'll bring this back next week. That's the Dan Corder Show. More Madlanga Madness from the week 1 of the Commission of Inquiry. We'll bring this back on Monday, coming for week 2. But there's so much more to that, and we're going to talk about it later on this show tonight. Because Kat Matlala is linked to the Tembisa Hospital fraud, which Babita Deokaran was investigating when she was killed. Jeff Wicks has written a book on whistleblowers being targeted and Babita being murdered, and how criminal networks are operating and silencing enemies in South Africa. Jeff Wicks himself is on the Dan Corder Show tonight in a few minutes' time. We're going to take a quick break. You're on the Dan Corder Show. See you now.